I'm pretty new to this off-grid lifestyle, so you'll be seeing me try different ways to become as self-sufficient as possible. Coming from city life, there's something quite magical about immersing yourself in this world. When you slow down, you start to see what's really going on. One of the first things that made sense for me to tackle was growing food. And if you want to grow anything, you need to start with the soil. I've been reading about making compost using wood chips, horse manure, cow manure, grass cuttings and food scraps. I didn't have any wood chips or manure at the time, but my neighbor did, so off we went. It took quite some time, especially having to fill bags with manure and then put them into the Jeep. Fortunately, I had a small trailer for the wood chips. The plan was simple: mix the wood chips with manure and let it sit for a couple of months until it broke down. And then I was hoping I would have some usable compost. But like most things out here, things change pretty fast and quite often. While offloading the wood chips, we came across a young night adder. It's a mildly venomous snake common in South Africa. When I first started encountering them, I would hear a loud hissing sound. They are trying to warn you they are close, so best stay away. They really don't want to bite you, so if you hear a sound like then you know it's probably a snake. It's not some weird music that I listen to. My soil is mostly clay. There's a thin layer of topsoil, but underneath it's thick, heavy clay. It's not ideal for planting vegetables or even fruit trees directly into the ground. You have to amend the soil or plant above ground using raised beds.
I'm Edward, and I make it a Rensburg.
Since black wattle is invasive here, and I've got a lot of it covering the property, I'd figured I'd see if I could use it. Could I build raised beds using this wood, and would it hold up over time? You can read all you want and watch YouTube videos all you can, but out here the real lessons come from doing. Failures teach you just as much as your success does. In fact, more so. In my readings, I also came across something called Hugelkultur. It's a method where you build raised garden beds and you fill up with logs, branches and other organic material. Then you top it off with the soil that you're going to plant into. The idea is that the wood slowly breaks down over time, improving the soil fertility and boosting water retention. Buying soil can get expensive, so this method also cuts down on the amount of soil you need to fill the bed. It took a lot of wood, but because I've got a lot of wood, like the black wattle, I was able to do this. So we filled it up with compost, wood chips, branches, and then topped it off with the soil, which I had to buy. I planted some garlic, and then we covered the garlic with straw. The straw also started growing, and the straw kind of looks like garlic. So it was a bit confusing thing to have to figure out. which was which. It's the first garlic coming out. Another experiment was to plaster the sides of the raised beds with clay. This was especially to fill the gaps between the wood. I also thought maybe it would help slow the wood breaking down. But after a few rains, where was the clay? I had some corrugated iron sheets after I had to put a new roof on, so I used these to build another bed. The thing about wood chip though is as they break down, they actually steal nitrogen from the soil. It's also better to compost your horse manure for a couple of months before using it. Otherwise it's too hot. It's got too much nitrogen. So this means it can harm your plants if it's too fresh. We added a top layer of soil around 15 centimeters deep. It should have been more, but that's all the soil I had.
You can see the different quality of the soil. One is from Grow Green and one is from Elements in Nice, and Elements is on the left, Grow Green is on the right.
Making it nice and smooth, which was also good therapy. I find work in the earth is both mentally and physically beneficial. And then just standing on it helps with compacting it, taking out air pockets and letting the soil go down as much as possible. Then I planted a few garlic varieties that I was hoping to get a good harvest from. But to cut a long story short, I didn't because the winter was actually super warm when I planted these. It was one of the hottest winters and garlic needs a really cold winter. So this crop didn't work out.
Dave's garlic share.
Oh, that's good.
After working in the city my whole life and still having to do it every now and then, being out here in my 50s is a blessing. It's a way of life that brings sanity, creativity and constant learning. There's a bit more peace and appreciating of the silence. This also forces you to face yourself and master the quiet without becoming a recluse.
Like a juvenile, it's like a marshal eel. Oh, juvenile, it's like so fluffy.
I know time is precious, so I really appreciate that you took the time to watch this. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment or anything down below. It all helps.